Hi, Grace Point Church. Just a few updates for you on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. It's above 40 degrees. Praise the Lord. Number one, we're going to be finishing 1 Corinthians chapter 3 this week, the last few verses of 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Can you believe we will have already walked through every single verse of 1 Corinthians chapters 1, 2, and 3? Our sermon is going to be titled, Who's Yo Daddy? And I think it's going to be good. It is a ministry to my soul already. I've been preaching it to myself this week, so that's what we're going to discuss on Sunday. Don't forget to read. There's going to be a little passage in the devotionals that we gave you. Actually, it's right here. But check that out, and that'll be a good prep for Sunday. Also, we got baby bottles due this week for Informed Choices. We've been doing a fundraiser for them. We love them. We love their ministry. We're trying to give them some money and encourage them with the work that they're doing. And so those bottles, you grab them. I know a lot of you grabbed them, and then you put some coins in there, put a check in there, whatever. And then we're going to be giving those back to them next week. So bring those this Sunday. The other thing that I wanted to mention was I am having a blast with the SHAPE class. The first week we talked about spiritual pathways. We talked about 9 different ways that people connect to God. And we were trying to figure out which one of those or which combination of those do I connect with. That was the first week for S. Then we did H this last Tuesday, which was all about our heart. What is our heart? What are our passions? What are the passions that God has put within me that are different than the person next to me? And we had a lot of discussion and asked questions and found out some really cool things. And this upcoming Tuesday is going to be the class on A. So we did S-H-A, and then we'll do P-E. But A is all about abilities. What are the natural abilities that God has given me? And I'm really excited about this class. Even if you haven't come to the other ones, feel free to come to this one because this is a question I get a lot. We've been doing a lot of teaching on spiritual gifts. I know many of you have taken the spiritual gift tests. We've got results. We're doing all sorts of work with that. And one of the questions that I oftentimes get, many of you have asked me, is, Mike, what's the difference between my spiritual gift and the abilities that I have? How are those two things related? Are they the same thing? Are they different? Do they ever work together? It's always a really important question, but I wasn't able to cover that in the sermons that we did on the spiritual gifts. So on Tuesday, it's going to be that whole thing. What's the difference between spiritual gifts and natural abilities? How do we know the differences? How do they work together? And how do I do the work of discerning what my natural abilities are? Because remember, we're creating a profile of you, the ways that God has made you uniquely so that you can serve God in His kingdom with joy and with confidence, and you know your place. So that's kind of what we're doing. So that's what's happening this week, and I hope I see you on Sunday.